All right, so JoJo Part 6 dropped the finale. Last 14 episodes. Guess who binged that shit in one day? Yes, I want to talk about it, just like the ending of like Part 6, the ending of like the whole JoJo verse kind of. It feels like we're gonna go in another direction. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I'm just gonna lightly spoil the episodes, talk about the show, just talk about my feelings and how the anime went. So yeah, let's do it. But yeah, overall, this Part 6, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't really my favorite part, but I love just seeing it animated. Love the main character. I love most of the characters. So yeah, let's go over it. So yeah, we had 14 episodes, that's so much, but yeah, it's like they're going for 38 episode seasons. That's like their kind of sweet spot that they found. So all these stories are getting really long, but they're pretty much self-contained. So here we kind of start off with like episode 25. The whole squad broke out of jail right now, and yeah, now we're just gonna fight some new stands. So over here, Pucci, he unlocked his stand, so it's like the green baby form. So now he can like do other shit, like things seem to be attracted to him, things like in the number of 3. Also yeah, so the first 4 episodes here are kind of filler because we just see Dio's sons, but they're like pretty lame. Like you'd think an arc about Dio's sons would be insane, like you got Giorno, but nah, it's like a bunch of these jobbers. I like the third guy, but the first 2 guys were like kind of funny. The first 2 guys were kind of lame and confusing. So yeah, we got Bohemian Rhapsody, translated to Bohemian Ecstatic, which is just like cartoon characters jumping out of pictures and they're just attacking you, and you like kind of have no way to avoid them besides like not acknowledging them. So yeah, once you like kind of talk to a cartoon character, like shit's just popping off and you're in the story. So yeah, there was a lot of like legally distinct things they did. So all the fairy tale stories they kept, but stuff like there was no Spider-Man, there was no Mickey Mouse. So yeah, I think they replaced it with Batman and yeah, Mickey Mouse. And yeah, there were like Transformers, there was Astro Boy, there was like Ryu and Ken fighting in Japan. So yeah, just like a lot of funny random stuff here. Like even Vincent Van Gogh is here. And yeah, just attacked Weather Report and Anasui. So yeah, they're both trying to like navigate this. Like Weather Report actually shoots himself in the head. The thing is, like the way to counter this is to create your own story. So to counter Bohemian Rhapsody, just create fan fiction. The Weather Report, he kind of like wrote his own story using Van Gogh's power, and basically yeah, he just like made a story that like erases the stand ability. So yeah, I mean, I guess I was pretty creative, but yeah, this Bohemian Rhapsody, it was like kind of hyped up. It was 2 episodes long, but it was like, just say it was very bizarre. Like a lot of these stand fights are bizarre. Next one we got like this dude Sky Guy. So this one is also just like random trivia facts, the stand. So yeah, there's like this ancient organism called rods. They look like giant rotating dildos with blades on them, and they don't really attack you, but they steal your body heat. And apparently that's like pretty fatal because it just like causes organ failure and shit. So yeah, random trivia. But yeah, Jolene, Hermes, and Emporio, they're like, yo, let's take this helicopter. It was from Jolene's ex-boyfriend that kind of ratted her out. So yeah, he's rich, and then he gave her like the keys to the helicopter. But yo, if you're in a JoJo universe, do not take any form of air travel. It is not safe. Yeah, they instantly get attacked. They kind of have to jump off the helicopter and they survive. Jolene's like string power with Stone Free is very versatile. And yeah, they attack the second son of Dio. So he's wearing like this big cow cardigan. The design is so crazy. But yeah, basically summoning a bunch of rods. But yeah, the stand fight was pretty insane though, because Jolene just sets herself on fire, and then the other guy also sets himself on fire, but then he puts it out. So yeah, also these dudes are getting injured, like literally gallons of blood loss, losing organs, their body parts melting off. They don't have FF to heal them, but apparently they're just like surviving anyway. So yeah, the injuries in this last section are just like so insane, kind of like unbelievable. But yeah, I love all the crazy bullshit. So yeah, they defeat the second son of Dio, and then they kind of go to the hospital to get the third son, and then Pucci's also there. He's kind of waiting for them. So yeah, the third son, I actually like him, bro. He's pretty charismatic, and yeah, his name is Versus. So his stand is kind of like he digs a hole, and inside the hole he can recreate memories. So he kind of like traps Jolene and FF inside like this plane that was like about to crash. So yeah, like once you're trapped in a memory, you can't really do anything besides have the memory play out. So if it's a fatal one, then you have to like find a way to escape or survive. Also, Versus has like a nice backstory. It was similar to the other dude we saw before, I think like Lightning McQueen, who like just was like super unlucky in his life. Like he tried to commit suicide, but he murdered someone and went to jail. Yeah, a similar thing happened to Versus, where just like unlucky shit just happens to him. Like he just attracts misfortune. This dude got a lot going on. He basically wants to prove himself, but he also like hates Pucci commanding him, because he's like, I'm also a son of Dio. I should also try to attain heaven. So he actually steals the CD, which was pretty funny. That'll play a part a little later. But basically Jolene and Hermes are kind of trapped in this crashing plane. They do some research with Emporio, because Emporio got like that portable ghost computer. But yeah, Emporio's like, if you sit on the back 2 seats, then you can survive. The thing is, Versus is kind of like launching little kids into the hole as well. So there's also 3 kids from the hospital that they need to protect. So what do? They kind of use Hermes's power to kind of like double a body, and then they hide the kids inside the body, and then Hermes hides inside another body, and then Jolene uses her string to like unravel her body to hide inside Irma's. Like all these fights, it's like, oh shit, yo, we're just gonna die. There's no way. And there's just some big ass random ass pull. So yeah, we still gotta stop Pucci. It's a few days until the new moon. So yeah, that's when like his stand power, like you do believe in gravity. That's when it starts. So yeah, they have like 4 days to basically stop Pucci. And he's just like going around attacking them. After they fight off versus stand, this is where shit just pops up. This is the insane part. Heavy weather. So versus, he's kind of salty that he lost. He gives the weather report memory disk that he stole from Pucci, and like he delivers it to him using a stand. So goddamn, yo, weather report gets his memory back. And he's kind of like a savage now. He's like, he has like a lot of anger in him. Yeah, he used to be like such a cool, chill guy. So yeah, we get weather report backstory, which is kind of insane. But yeah, before we get that, just like random snails keep falling, because this is weather report's secret ability. Bro, this dude doesn't only control the weather, he like does random bullshit. So this one, he turns people into snails if they look at his rainbows. This shit is crazy. Like when I saw this in the manga, I was like disgusted, and when they animated, I'm like, yo, they did a good job actually like depicting the level of carnage. Also, the CGI in this anime is like very solid. And so yeah, anyway, I think episode 31, this shit like heavy weather, we get his backstory. So his name was actually Wes Aquamarine, and it was kind of funny. So Pucci had a twin brother, but basically in the hospital, one of the moms of like a different family, her son died. So she's like, okay, let me replace this dead son with Pucci's little brother. No one will tell the difference. So yeah, Pucci's family thinks the twin brother died. And yeah, this mom's just like growing up raising Weather Report as her own child. So yeah, it's kind of like they separated the two babies at birth. But you know, it's like I love this episode because like the narration, like when an episode is just like 20 minutes of narration, bro, you know you're gonna learn some shit. So yeah, basically they're living their lives. Pucci's trying to be a priest, he's doing a good job, and his family's really rich. Weather Report, he's kind of working minimum wage delivery jobs, but yeah, he's also like kind of a good person. He kind of saves people from robbers and everything. So the problem comes when Wes, he gets a girlfriend. Oh shit, and this girlfriend is Pucci's little sister. And so then when Pucci realizes this, he's like, bro, that's incest. Oh, my brother in Christ, that is forbidden. Let me try to break them up. So instead of telling them the truth or anything, because the way Pucci realizes this is like someone confessed that they swapped the babies at birth. So yeah, Pucci has to keep the confessions private. But yeah, he kind of went about this the wrong way. So he kind of hired this private detective to try to break them up. Literally gave some random underground dude some money to like break them up. Like, bro, that's not sus at all. So private detective saw that Weather Report's mom was married to like a black guy, and we're in the dirty South in the 90s. So yeah, I guess Araki's like, okay, bro, racism. We'll do a lynch mob on Weather Report. So yeah, it was very abrupt. I was like very angry because they're like, okay, whose fault is this? And I'm like, bro, it's obviously Pucci's fault. But yeah, but shit just went sideways. Like literally, they lynch Weather Report. His girlfriend, Pucci's sister, she saw this. She committed suicide. She jumped off the cliff. And then they also burned Weather Report's mom's house. So literally 2 innocent people died. Weather Report, he was actually like a little bit alive. Like he didn't die yet. So when Pucci sees this, he kind of like gets stabbed by the stand arrow that Dio gave him earlier. And then he kind of like remembers Dio now. And then he's like, oh shit. So then he awakens his stand, Whitesnake, but then also Weather Report also awakens his stand. So then yeah, this is when heavy weather kind of manifests. So Weather Report is just so angry right now. He tried to kill himself multiple times, but his stand, his heavy weather is like protecting him. So then when he confronts Pucci, they fight each other. Pucci gets the upper hand, takes his memory disk, and yeah, that's where Weather Report is right now. He's just like rotting in jail until like he meets Jolene. So yeah, that was like very effective backstory. Like it was very tragic, also very dumb. Like come on, Pucci. But yeah, now we see Dio's influence and everything. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Also yeah, the origin of heavy weather, it's just like random snails falling. Even Weather Report doesn't know how to control it. He's like, the only way to do it is to kill me. He actually asks Anasui to kill him because he doesn't want, you know, to turn people into snails. Jolene and Hermes are trying to catch up to them as well because yeah, Pucci is going after weather. Thing is, Pucci knows how to counter heavy weather. You just close your eyes. You just don't see. So Pucci kind of like stopped his eyes from working because apparently how this works, it's subliminal messaging where it's like the rainbows have little snails in them. So yeah, if you can't see the rainbows, then you don't get affected by the messaging. Pucci kind of uses this. He cuts off Weather's leg and he's like, okay, I'm gonna leave you alive so like your snails can slow everyone else down. But yeah, this is another stand fight, bro. This one was insane. Weather Report and Anasui are kind of like teaming up and he's just like fighting him using like all this weather shit, freezing the ice crystals. The thing is, bro, why don't you freeze Pucci's blood or something? Like he's using things outside, but why don't you infect people on the inside? So it's like a cool fight. Pucci's kind of stunned because he can't see, so like there's the spikes on the floor and he's like bleeding so much. And then Weather Report does get the upper hand. He kind of puts Pucci in a chokehold. The thing is, Jolene comes in right there with the car, and then in all this confusion, kind of Pucci kills Weather Report. It was very sad, and he uses his stand to get away. And we also see the power of Pucci's new stand. It kind of like makes him able to manipulate gravity. So yeah, his new stand is kind of like manifesting. It's gonna be like the next battle we see. So yeah, Pucci kind of gets away. He goes to Cape Canaveral. That's her destination, because that's the place in the world that has the least amount of gravity, kind of. So then yeah, they all go driving there, and that's when they fight Sea Moon. Bro, this fight, when I read it, it was so confusing. Little people just flying through the air. I could not tell where they were in 3D space. Here animated, I really liked it. Like, the fight was pretty straightforward, but yeah, it was very crazy as well. So basically, Sea Moon kind of reverses gravity. Pucci doesn't really know how to use it yet, but then it's like growing inside of him. So yeah, it's kind of like his White Snake stand merged with the Dio baby green baby stand, and now it turned to Sea Moon. The gravity is just like flipped over, so all the cars that are trying to drive through, it's like they're falling off a cliff because there's no more gravity. So I had the squad with Jolene, Hermes, and Anasui using like Jolene's string power and using the diver down. Problem is, Hermes kind of gets knocked back, so it's all up to them trying to climb up. So they do eventually get up to like the space station. The problem is, Pucci is ready for them. He's watching them, and he's letting his stand attack them. And if it touches you, it kind of turns that body part inside out. It kind of like manipulates the gravity. So it's kind of funny. All these stands are basically, if it touches you, it's going to do something fatal to you. It's like pretty repetitive, but yeah, the fights are really cool anyway. Thing is, she finds the counter. So if he touches you again, you're basically back to normal. So yeah, Jolene's fighting Pucci's stand pretty effectively. Just kind of choking it with her rope and everything. The thing is, Anasui kind of falls down, so he grabs onto her rope. She uses the rope to choke the stand, but then Sea Moon touches the rope. But then yeah, Pucci does his final blow, so he uses his stand to touch Jolene's heart. So the gravity in her heart is going to explode her heart basically instantly. So then yeah, it looks like Jolene is dead. Like, big cliffhanger there. Like, oh, what's going to happen? Like, uses like this infinity symbol to kind of nullify the gravity impact of the rope. So that's a pretty creative way to do things. So yeah, Jolene got the upper hand on Pucci. She's trying to defeat him. But yeah, that's when Pucci's like, wait, I got the rage advantage. So he just takes a gun from like a security guard. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna just shoot Jolene, because she can't move in the gravity anyway. So then, yeah, it looks like no one can save Jolene at this point. What do we do? Bro, Star Platinum, Zawado. Yeah, yo, Jotaro appearance now. If I was not spoiled from the trailer, bro, this would have been so hype. But yeah, it's finally here. Emporio gave him the stand CD a while ago. Hermes is also here, and yeah, yo, this dude, bro, you cannot mess with Star Platinum. So yeah, Pucci knows it's kind of over, so he kind of runs away, because he got Orin in the face once. So he's just like flying through the air. The thing is, Jotaro uses his time stop again to throw a harpoon at Pucci. The thing is, yo, Pucci can see through stop time for some reason. Pucci's ability has evolved again. He's like, thank you, Joestars. You're not my enemy, you're my allies, because you keep evolving my fucking stand, making me even more powerful. So his stand is now made in heaven. This dude, he's the Flash. So what is this stand doing? It's basically speeding up the world. So yeah, basically everything besides living beings accelerate rapidly. So yeah, the sun keeps going up. It's like 100 times more accelerated. So normal people react normally, but Pucci's just like as fast as a freight train. So everyone's kind of like in the roof of the building trying to like defend off Pucci's attacks. Jotaro's trying to use time stop, but yeah, time stop is limited. And yeah, Pucci's stand made in heaven looks so sick. It's like this white dude on a fucking Pegasus. It looks so legendary and glowing. So yeah, they try to like fight off Pucci. The thing is, he's just way too strong right now. And then yeah, just like the world is kind of fucked, because like the time is just like rapidly accelerating. Just like some funny moments, Easter eggs, where they were like, yo, Rohan, he's the only mangaka that can keep up deadlines. We see Anasui's ability. He's just like defending people with the stand. And yeah, they finally have a plan to like, kind of bait out Pucci, have him attack someone, have Jotaro time stop at that moment, and then yeah, counterattack. Anasui kind of offers himself a sacrifice. The problem is, Pucci makes someone else attack, so when Jotaro gets distracted, and yeah, they're basically in trouble. So they kind of go flying through the air, because they like kind of travel onto a bullet with Hermes' sticker. So they're just flying through the air, and then they kind of reach into the ocean. And yeah, this is kind of where the like most hilarious part is. So yeah, they kind of have no chance. They try to fight Pucci off, but he kills literally everyone. He kills Hermes, he kills Jotaro, and he kills Anasui. And he seriously damages Jolene. So it's Jolene and Emporio. They kind of like escape onto a dolphin. So yeah, they're just like swimming with dolphins. And the thing is, like, Pucci can't really catch up because it's underwater, and then he has to like physically exert himself when swimming. So yeah, Jolene kind of dies, but Emporio gets away. So yeah, Emporio's just like chilling on a dolphin. Jolene gave her the CD of weather reports, and yeah, he's just chilling until like the universe kind of resets, and then yeah, they all go back into prison. So yeah, the universe reset into the moment where they're in prison, and now everyone looks kind of weird now. We see Walmart brand Jotaro and Jolene inside the prison. So yeah, Emporio's kind of confused, but he realizes that Pucci Pucci is still alive in this universe. So yeah, he's trying to kill Emporio. Emporio kind of hides inside his ghost room, and he pulls out the weather report CD, bro. He uses that stand. Weather's finally helping kill his evil brother Pucci. He uses the ability to kind of like increase that level of oxygen in the air, which is like very toxic. It was a very cool moment seeing weather report stand just aura him in the face. And yeah, it looks like the universe gets reset again. So yeah, this is like the final part of Made in Heaven. Now like Pucci died, so the universe is like a little better, I guess. So Emporio is the only one who has memories of the old time. Only Emporio knows the true canon. But in this universe, we see Hermes, we see Jolene. They're like living happier lives. They're not in prison anymore. They're all in Florida. So yeah, things are just like slightly different now. But yeah, I guess the sad part is it's just like a universe reset. We're in a new universe. Like, who would have expected this? So, I mean, what does this happen? What does this mean for like our older characters? Like Jotaro still exists, but he's probably not like the same stand user. And yeah, like stuff about the Joestar family, like we have no idea. So yeah, it's very, I get a lot of mixed feelings. But yeah, as we like get here to ending, you kind of just feel emotional. The ending was really nice, just like roundabout played, and you just see like highlights of all the JoJos and their travels together. So yeah, part 1, Jonathan with his dog. Part 2, Joseph and Caesar with Lisa. Part 3, the whole Stardust Crusader gang. Part 4, Chillin and Mario. Part 5, the squad in Italy. And now part 6, the prison squad. So yeah, it's finally over. Like, I have a lot of mixed feelings on the anime. Like, I really liked it, but there's a lot of parts that were slow. Also, the release schedule like really died down the hype. But I mean, I guess I understand. Like, literally, this anime took a while to figure out and produce, but I took a lot of effort as well. A bunch of CGI. Yeah, I mean, David Productions, bro, did a good job. And it looks like they'll probably focus on other things before part 7. Like part 7 might not even be a thing, like unless it literally takes like, you know, 5+ years. But yeah, right now DP is working on Urusui Yatsura and a lot of slice of life things. They do a lot of like different stuff. I'm also like hyped for a Fire Force season 3 if they work on that. So yeah, I mean, this is a good like chapter for JoJo. I really love Jolene as a character. I really loved a bunch of these characters. Like Pucci was a decent villain, although I thought it was a bit lame at the end. Weather Report was badass, and Anaso was like really funny. And yeah, this season like the humor was like very on point. All the jokes kind of landed. Again, I thought like a bunch of the stand fights were like really filler and didn't really matter, and they were just like overly complex for no reason. But one thing I did like about the anime, it explained all the stand fights that my dumb brain could not process when I was reading it. So yeah, Sea Moon fight was like really well done. Besides that, yeah, a lot of the stand fights here were like very crazy. Weather Report fighting with Pucci, and then seeing Versus was also very interesting. So again, I really loved the season. Not my favorite, you know, JoJo parts. I really love part 4 the most because just like it was like really high quality slice of life. Part 2 was also insane, and part 3 was like really fun. It was like iconic. And at part 5, the fights were like very insane. So yeah, here like I'm kind of putting this part second to last basically. Like it's above part 1 just because of the quality. But yeah, I mean, I love Jolene as a character, so it's like kind of unfair to like kind of rank everything. Besides that, we could kind of rank the batch releases, I guess. I actually loved the first release a lot more. I just thought the Reign of Poison Frogs was like very insane, and it was just like a good introduction to the season. But yeah, after we had to wait a long ass time, the second part of part 6 didn't hit that hard, but it was still like very interesting and very good. And this final part was also really good. So yeah, that's how it goes. I mean, it's kind of sad we had a batch release instead of weekly, but I do understand. But yeah, overall I love JoJo. The series is amazing, has like a place in my heart. Yeah, I didn't even talk about the opening. We got a new opening as well. It didn't really feel like a JoJo OP. It felt like a magical girl OP, just like a bit chill and inspiring. But yeah, the visuals were really nice. So yeah, they're really keeping it consistent. The remix OP was very nice. We see all the older JoJos just like coming in, and then the ending, Distant Dreamer, was like very chill. It was a good song. Like they didn't have to change it, I guess. Just like, okay, after an end of a bloody stand fight, we just like chill in the beach. And yeah, the final ending with Roundabout was also very good. So yeah, just like a lot of positives to say about JoJo. I know part 6 isn't really like a popular part as well. It's kind of like, oh, we're stuck in a prison, and after we leave the prison, just like it's just so confusing and crazy. But yeah, another season of JoJo finish. We're probably not going to get JoJo for a while, if ever. So yeah, part 7 fans, I guess learn how to read and become a manga reader, and maybe prepare yourself for the CGI horses. But yeah, we'll see. And thank you for watching. Please let me know your opinions on this part if I forgot anything. But yeah, we done.